Hey y'all. People ask me how I make these shirts, so I went ahead and made this video for y'all. I went ahead and added timestamps in case y'all want to skip around. Here's what you'll need. A 100% cotton t-shirt, a measuring cup and some type of spoon, some artificial sinew. This stuff is going to create those white lines that you see on the t-shirt. I got this stuff on Amazon. This is the one I'm using in the video. A wooden tamper. This isn't necessary, but it'll make it easier. You could just use a washable marker if you don't want to buy one of these. But I prefer this. This is the one I got on Amazon. A washable marker to draw some guidelines, some rubber bands, some tin foil, some soda ash, a gallon of water. I just use regular sink water. A small container to mix up your soda ash water. A bigger container to hold your shirt while the ice melts. For the dye, I'm using Mindbender by Dye Spin. This is some wicked stuff right here for real, man. Some type of circular object. You're gonna need some ice. Alright, so first things first, you're gonna want to pour a cup of this washing soda. I get mine at Walmart or Amazon. I've been using this stuff for years. I used to think that you needed a cup and a half per gallon of water, but I've been recently using only 1 cup per gallon of water and it works the same. I don't pour the whole gallon in there at first. I only pour like a quarter of the gallon. Then I mix it. That way it's not splashing everywhere and getting everywhere. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pour the rest of that gallon in there. Go ahead and let that t-shirt soak in there for about 15 minutes. Now wring out as much water as you can, but me personally, I'm gonna just throw it in the washer and put the spin cycle on. It's gonna save you so much time and energy. It'll also leave it perfectly damp. Now take your circular object and place this under a couple inches below the armpit. Take your washable marker and draw a circle around. Now go ahead and start pleating along that line. Try to get all the pleats around the same height. This is gonna take some time. This is sped up 5 times. This is the most time consuming part. Now get your tightest rubber band to hold that pleat. Now you're gonna go and straighten these pleats all the way down the shirt. Don't get discouraged if your pleats don't come out as neat as you'd like. I've been making pleated tie-dye shirts for about 5 years now. Mine didn't look like this when I first started, so the more you practice them, the better they'll end up looking. I don't want to bore y'all and add the whole clip with me folding the whole t-shirt. Just know I did this all the way to the very end of the t-shirt. Make sure your rubber bands are tight though, so it doesn't disfigure your original pleat. As long as the line that you drew with the washable marker is straight, you should be good. I always try to go back to the very front and straighten out those pleats. Now get a yardstick or a ruler and place it on top of the t-shirt. Take your washable marker and mark off every 3 inches of the shirt. Take your sinew and then, is it sinew? Sinew? I don't know, but take your sinew, wrap it around your finger 3 times. Go ahead and put it underneath the t-shirt. Wrap it around 1 time as tight as you can. Be careful because this stuff breaks and you might end up punching yourself in the chest. I've done it a couple times. Wrap it around a 2nd time, tighten up a little bit more. Now wrap it around 2 more times, and now you could tighten it up as much as you possibly can. Keep in mind, I had a camera in front of me, so it does look a little weird. It should be easier if you don't have a camera blocking you. Sorry for the background noise. I was watching Blood In, Blood Out. So, yeah, it's the first time I make a video in a while, so my bad. Take a t-shirt's length amount of tinfoil out to make an ice barrier. You can use things like silicone cake molds or these racetracks. I see people use these. You could even find them pretty cheap on Facebook Marketplace. I'm just super lazy, man. I never got them, so I still use tinfoil. I fold the tinfoil over so it's a little bit more stable. If you don't, it's gonna be too tall, too flimsy. It's just gonna fall over. It's not gonna hold the ice very well. Now you place your shirt in there. You're gonna fold up the sides. Try to like mold it around the t-shirt. I fold in the end. This is gonna help the ice like stay inside of the barrier. But honestly, man, if you do this all the time, you should probably get some of those magic tracks. I know I should. I'm probably gonna do it pretty soon here. Now you get your container. This is where you're gonna put your t-shirt in. You get like something to hold it up. Put the container over this on one end. It's gonna create an incline. I lay my shirt down near the wall of the container. This is gonna create kind of like it's gonna make my tinfoil really stable on that side. Now you're gonna take your dye and put some on every single line of that sinew, every 3 inches. Some people are light-handed, some people are heavy-handed. Everybody's a little bit different. You can see how much I put on there. Now I add dye in between the lines of the sinew as well. After I'm done with that, I start adding ice on top of my t-shirt. I add the bigger piece at the bottom. This is gonna make it so the smaller pieces on top don't fall through to the bottom. Once the ice melts, I let them batch for about 16 hours to 48 hours. I don't know, it depends how I'm really feeling, honestly. Then I go ahead and rinse them out until the water runs clear. Go ahead and untie it. Here you can see while I was using the sinew, it creates this type of like resist so the dye doesn't get in there. You're gonna need some of this Blue Dawn dish soap for the washout. There's an ingredient in this stuff that prevents all the dyes from backstaining onto each other while it's in the wash. Just add like a 3-second pour into the washing machine before you add your shirts in there. I wash them out in cold water to prevent shrinkage. Then I go ahead and air dry them. And boom, man, that's how you do it. That's how it's done. Here's the finished product. And just real quick, guys, keep in mind, this is my first tutorial in a very long time. I try to keep it short and sweet, you know, I'm not trying to do too much. So if you got any suggestions or if you think, you know, I could have explained something a little bit better, just, you know, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I'll make sure to reply to that and keep that in mind for the next tutorial. And if you're thinking like, oh man, I don't want to go do all that, it's too much, well, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and buy one for me. I make custom t-shirts. I sell them on my website, igotdyeonit.com. I make custom t-shirts there. I also sell vintage t-shirts. They're one of one. You could also check out my vintage archive at the bottom right there, you know, just in case you're looking for some inspiration. Yep, so that's it, man. Check out my page. I have other tutorials on there. Thank y'all for watching.